Hey there. So the topic of our video this week is dreaming big. And so often people come to me and they'll say, look, with regard to my big dreams, I'd prefer to just keep it more practical and realistic so I can actually achieve them. Now, what that really means is that people so often will keep their dreams really small and manageable, more practical and realistic, because there is then less resistance. It's more easily to line up with the belief systems that people have. They're more able to achieve them. That gets people feeling good, and so people keep operating in that way and stop dreaming big. The tip that I want to give to you today will masterfully and magnificently change the way that you call in the biggest dreams that you have. It's just a small shift of your perspective and honing the technique a bit to really allow you to receive the biggest dreams that you have. So, before I dive into what that tip is, what's really important to understand is that when you're dreaming big, so right now for yourself, just choose something that you really want and yearn for. When you go to the core of whatever that is, there's a feeling state that you're looking to feel. So once you get the dream job, you will feel more secure, you'll feel more connected, you'll feel more actualized, respected, right? All these things. When you get your dream relationship, you'll feel more cherished, more adored, more secure, more sexy, right? All these things that we're looking for outside of ourselves, what we're actually looking to do is to sustain a way of feeling more in our life. So, when you figure that out, what is it that I really want? And what at the core of what I really want is the way that I'll feel. Then you can efficiently go right to the end. And the way that you can do that is then do whatever it is, act as if, to elongate that feeling state within you to become so powerfully magnetic in your attraction that you bring in what you want. So often, right, to the point where you might not even need it. I had a woman this week so beautifully share with me that she's been so connected into a sense of self-respect and self-love and really appreciating herself that she not really totally forgotten, but pretty much had let go of this notion of it working out with this man that she had this big crush on. Well, because she was so in alignment with really adoring who she was, he came around, gave her a call, they went on a date. It's wonderful, it's moving forward in a beautiful direction, which is so exciting. But it's really because she became so in alignment with the feeling that she was looking for in hopes of having that in the relationship before it actually came. And so then when the call came, it was like, oh, cool. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Wonderful. So what we want to do is we want to create again and again that continual sustained feeling. Now, I want to give you a real practical example here of my own life, of the beginning steps of me starting this career that I'm in now about over 10 years ago. I was in a job that I hated. I was catering and working in the restaurant business, and I still remember the phone call that I had with my dad in the parking lot before my shift, where I was just like, Dad, I don't know how I became this person where I hate my job. I could see, I could feel, I could taste, I could touch this career that I wanted to create, but it felt so far from where I was in that moment. And so what I realized is that I needed to make a decision. And so my intention is that you watching this video allows you the space and time for you to make a decision that you will receive that which you want. And so I made the decision. I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to be somebody who loves their job. That's who I'm going to be. That's what I'm creating. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Now, when we've made the decision, that's the first step, which so much of us often do, and then we forget this middle part, and then we don't get what we want, and so we stop dreaming big. So I made that decision, and what was beautiful is that then I was given the guidance to take the time at work and really practice and act as if I was doing what I do now, okay? So as I was walking around serving people butter and giving them wedding cake and cleaning up people's garbage, I was pretending in my mind, I was using my imagination just like a little kid and pretending that I had tons of clients, that I had all these people connecting with me, reaching out, and then I was helping all these people, doing exactly what I love to do. And as I was seeing people, I was pretending that I was working with them, that they were my clients. On top of that, I was working with the staff and doing little intuitive fun games, being like, well, what do you think about that person? And collecting data and checking ourselves, checking our intuitive muscle over time. So work all of a sudden became this really fun, exciting opportunity for me because it was a long shift, right? 10 to 12 hours of being there and something I didn't like doing. I utilized it and acted as if what I wanted was already happening. Well, sure enough, that's exactly what started happening. Little by little, I started getting referrals and more people started coming into my practice. And then I stopped doing catering over 10 years ago and have been doing this, my deep passion, full-time ever since. And that is the same exact method that I have utilized to bring in my dream husband, to bring in my dream son, my dream home, right? All these things that I wanted outside of myself. I was able to get to the core feeling of what it is that I really yearned and cherished, and I sustained, I elongated those feelings using my imagination, acting as if, walking and breathing as if it had already occurred. So what is the work? That's the work. If you can let it be play, it'll be much more fun. But if you can add that to your practice, if you can add that in, what happens is that you remember that we're going to continue wanting for the rest of our life. We're just going to keep wanting and wanting and wanting. That's never going to stop. We're going to want things, and at the core of the things, we're really going for a state of feeling. And so if we can shift our life and figure out how can we create those feelings without necessarily having that around us manifest necessarily to reflect that, if we can create that feeling state within us, then bam, bam, all we desire starts coming in and starts flowing in. And again, the more that you can make it like a game, right? My work at the restaurant became something that I absolutely dreaded. My body was tense. It became something that I loved. I enjoyed going to work and utilizing that time. And then it flew, and then bang, it's over. And now I look back and I'm grateful for that foundational time. My intention is that you hear this information, and right now in this moment, it instantly creates greater inspiration for you. You give yourself permission again, that younger version of you who dreamed big so effortlessly, you give them permission again to start dreaming big. And then you open up to all the ways that you get signs to let it be fun, to help yourself act as if, using imagination, and all the ways that you can connect into the feeling as if it's already here, to get to the direct, most efficient end outcome anyway, was you're just looking for the feeling anyway. So just you're getting that feeling going within yourself as a real gift and a blessing to have you receive all that you want. Happy dreaming, happy receiving. Bye-bye.